Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Competition Archery Media down here at the Hoyt Pro-Am in Foley, Alabama. You can see it's a beautiful sunny day. A little hot for me coming from Pennsylvania, but beautiful day out here. And this is a feature that we're going to be bringing to you at every ASA. Right now we're going to call it Meet the ASA, sponsored by PSE. But the idea behind this feature video is to let folks at home meet some of the people who are out here who aren't in the pro classes. We cover the shoot downs of the 4 pro classes pretty heavily, but there's a whole bunch of other people and other divisions out here at the ASA. So we want to bring them to you, let you meet these people, see what they do, what it is, that they like about this. And we are starting with some familiar faces for this first feature because we have a new class here at the ASA this year, and it is Women's K50, Women's Known 50. And this is a class that's considered semi-pro. You're going to see some famous names here, Paige Pearce, Savannah Vanderweer, Tanya Gallantine, among some others. And this is a class that these ladies had been hoping for. They eventually would like to see a Women's Known Pro. So this is how you do it. You got to build some numbers. This is how the Known Pro division started. There was a men's K50. It just grew. The sponsors got behind it, and now it's a pro class. So let's go out and meet some of these ladies from the women's K50 class. We're here with Paige Pearce, Bowtech Archer. And Paige, so this is exciting, this ASA this year, because you're part of a new class. Tell us about it and what your hopes for are. Because you had said, if ASA started doing this, you'll come to every one.
I did, and I'm here. So they made a women's known 50, and obviously the men have a known pro now, but the known pro started as a known 50. And the participation grew, the sponsor support grew, and it basically turned itself into a pro division. So now that we have a known 50, that's finally a possibility.
Yes.
So considering we're here, it's the first event that they've had this, there's still a ton of people here at the event that don't even know this class exists yet. The turnout, I think, is really good.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
I think it's like 15.
Yeah, 15-ish.
Gotcha.
Plus or minus maybe. But like I said, considering it's brand new, a lot of people didn't even know about it. I talked to some girls today that registered not knowing it happened. I'm like, hey, are you shooting 50? And they're like, I didn't know there was a 50. And they would have otherwise.
Yes.
So I think it's going to be good. I'm excited about it. This is obviously a way different game than I'm used to.
Right.
But it's fun. It's really laid back.
But at the same time, I mean, red and queen, so it's known
there's
distance, but there's no dots.
There's a dot. Not
dots
having a dot is a whole different game. I think, honestly, knowing how to aim and where to aim, I think, is probably a lot of who determines who succeeds at this and who doesn't, if you're playing the known game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them where I'm like, man, I'm really happy with that, but I needed to aim an inch one other way, You
can't see the scoring rings in your setup. Gotcha.
No,
Okay.
well, depending on the lighting. So out here, it's actually pretty good today. There's been a few of them that I can see, but then some of them I can't, where you're aiming off core line. So again, you're kind of guessing off core line, and hopefully it's good enough,
So for this class going forward, I mean, do you plan to call? Obviously, there's a lot of target archers that we're not seeing out here.
There's 3 of us on this target
alone.
alone.
A bunch here.
That's a big deal.
We're going to talk to them, but I'm guessing you'll probably be calling some of the others and saying, hey, come on.
Yeah,
out.
and everyone that I've talked to that shoots the target stuff is like, that's going to be my class.
Yeah.
This is just so early in the year. Like, I have an indoor next weekend, then we have indoor nationals, and there's Vegas still. So it's early for an outdoor, so a lot of the target girls have not even switched to an outdoor setup yet.
Gotcha.
So for me, I'm going to shoot every ASA that doesn't overlap the FIDA stuff, which technically they don't overlap the USATs, but the next 2 do overlap World Cups.
Right.
So if the World Cups happen, I won't be there. But if they don't, then I have somewhere else to go. So can't say I'd be upset either way.
All right, Paige, I think it's your turn up there. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, guys.
All right, so we're out here with Tanya Gallantine, another one of our women's K50 archers. Tanya, tell us about why this is important to you. Let's start there.
Well, I just feel like it's a huge step towards a known pro for us women. I've shot the K45 for a lot of years, and that little extra 5 yards makes a big difference.
Does it really?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I can tell, but it's fun. I'm having fun today, and if I beat any of the guys, I can go back and brag about it. So
That's right, because they were on this course earlier.
exactly.
So I'm guessing you probably know what Braden shot. And
I
you're,
do,
You're
yep.
probably trying to beat that.
I'm trying.
He's 18
It's
up, I
tough.
believe, was
Yeah.
his number, correct? Yeah, so how do you, so we think there's about like 15 women shooting in this class. What do you do then going forward to try and get more of them in?
Well, we're obviously going to try and share it all over social media, let girls know that there's a known 50 class they can shoot, and it's not much different from 40 or 50. Like, I know it's a lot longer and might feel it,
Right.
but if we can just get more girls to shoot it, it would be awesome, and it would be so good for the sport. And
I would think a lot of the, like, people who shoot FIDA, like Paige, or even USAT, 50 meter stuff,
Yes.
because that's 50 meters. This is obviously not that far. Of course, you have an aiming
Yeah.
spot, but in talking with some of the other women, do they talk about that, like, they don't like that they can't see, or what do they say about K50?
Well, I think for a lot, it's the fact that you can't see. I feel like when you shoot like in the 30s and stuff, you can still see a lot of core lines and a lot of details and stuff, but as soon as you go out and you go past those 40, it's a lot harder to
Right.
see anything. So even I feel like I'm looking back down, I'm like, I maybe feel like so I could see how that would scare some people.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Even, it scares me, but
Right, but
but
obviously,
then
I
again,
guess.
I'm like, I can hit that when I shoot target, so why can't I do it here?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, Tanya. Well, thanks for your time and good luck this weekend. We're excited
you.
to see this K50 class take off.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, so Savannah Vanderweer, another one of our women's K50. You've been shooting the ASAs for a couple years now.
Yeah, just a few.
In
Yeah.
K45. So, what's this mean to you to have this as a stepping stone, maybe to a pro class?
It's really exciting. It is really exciting because I think this is what we've been wanting for a while now.
Right.
You know? So yeah, it means a lot.
There is contingency that some of the manufacturers are paying, which
Yes.
is what brings the pros out, and
Right.
PSE is one of them.
Yes.
How
yeah, but
important is that?
It's very important. Yeah, it's a big deal to get paid. You know, that's kind of
If you want
what's
to do
nice
this
about
for a living,
you know,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, having it as a pro class, that would be a big help because the contingency that we do get is not the same as it is for the pros.
Right.
So
And now let's take a step back because you're in a really unique situation in
Yes.
that most of the time now these days you're shooting a recurve.
yes, yeah.
You're
Yeah.
training Olympic recurve for the U.S. team in.
I'm training in Chula Vista, in California. So I've been shooting recurve and compound every day.
Yeah.
Some days I don't shoot my compound, but pretty much every day. But then again, it's just been shooting at like 50 meters, you know, and I haven't been able to shoot at any animals.
Right.
So this was just like, well, I'll just go and have fun.
Ooh, baby. Yeah, it
Right?
moved. Give me an Allen wrench.
So for this one, you shoot a lot of USAT, which is aiming dot, all that. For these, like if this keeps going the way you all want it to, do you think you'll start shooting more 3D, unmarked 3Ds, not unmarked distance, no dots?
I would like to continue shooting as much of this as I can, for sure. It is a big challenge not having dots aim it, you know, to aim it. But yeah, I really like this game, so I would like to keep shooting it as much as I
Gotcha.
can.
All right,
Yeah.
Savannah, thanks. We appreciate your time. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.